I'm Sam Bowen from Marlborough Primary School, and I started my Stormbreak training in November of 2021. The initial training sessions were based around the concepts and theory behind Stormbreak, which was vital to have that background knowledge and understanding. I found the whole training process amazing. It's so lovely to be surrounded by like-minded people who value the importance of the well-being of children, and the Stormbreak team are fantastic in supporting me and Marlborough Primary School on this journey. For me, the third training session was kind of that light bulb moment. It was a practical session where we had a go at doing some storm breaks together, and during that session I went on just a huge journey of emotions. Some of the storm breaks were hilarious and we were laughing, and others were moments to reflect, meditate, and to kind of take stock of where we were at, and it was during this third training session where I felt a real connection, not only a connection to the people who were also on the training with me, but a connection with myself. It was during this time where I thought about the connections that I had with the children in my class, and when was the last time they had an opportunity to connect with me and me to connect with them. And for me, it was that moment where I thought, yeah, this is something that we really do need. This is something that we do really need to do, and couldn't wait at that point then to take it back into the classroom. The next day, I then went into class and we did classroom cross country together, which is still a real firm favourite of theirs. Initially, there were some reservations from the children and myself too, but within a couple of minutes, they were completely relaxed, and we had that connection. They were laughing, they were enjoying themselves. There were children who are usually quite reserved and perhaps shy away were getting involved. And after we'd finished the storm break, a child came up to me and said, "Mrs. Bowen, I feel great after that. That was great." And as we were leaving the classroom to go out to play, another child hugged me and said, "Mrs. Bowen, this is the best day I've ever had." And it was all because we had taken those 10 minutes to connect with each other, and to give the children time to connect with themselves. The initial rollout of Stormbreak was just based in my classroom, and that gave me an opportunity to really get to grips with the concept videos and the different storm breaks to do with the children. And then after a few weeks then, I supported the other two teachers within year 2 to also roll it out into their classrooms as well. We were given guidance from the Stormbreak team using the website, being able to set up different classes and to log the storm breaks. Initially, when we rolled out Stormbreak to the other year 2 classrooms, staff had reservations. The questions were raised: do we have 10 minutes every day to Stormbreak when we return from COVID and we've got a catch-up curriculum and it's a SAT year? But we had the full backing of the SLT team and the head teacher that said, let's go with this, let's give it a go. And I think straight away those worries and those concerns were gone, because just taking those 10 minutes during the day meant that those children were focused, they were ready to learn, which was fantastic. Initially, we agreed that we would storm break straight after playtime. We structured it into our day, and it worked well with it being part of that transition period back into the classroom. And the storm break that we did on that day kind of depended on what been going on. But we have found that now we are more confident, we are more flexible with the storm breaks that we choose to do. So, for example, if children have found a task particularly difficult, or if an incident has happened at home, on the playground, we will do a storm break whenever we feel that the children need. And now the children are becoming more confident, and they are great at saying, you know, Mrs. Bowen, can we have a storm break at the end of this maths lesson? It's been a bit tricky today. And it's them having that conversation with you about their thoughts and their feelings, which has been truly amazing. I think the impact in such a short period of time for me, the children in my class and in year 2, is that connection that we now have. And I think prior to Stormbreak, I'm not sure that they saw me being anything but their teacher. And it's lovely that we now have that connection. The children are far more relaxed, and it has opened up the conversation about their thoughts and their feelings, and they are very confident in sharing how they are feeling and discussing that. Stormbreak has also given the children the language to be able to use to share how they're feeling, to talk about their relationships, their self-worth, resilience. It's given them the tools to be able to do that. Moving forward, with the further rollout of Stormbreak in the school, this half term it is going to be introduced into 2 further year groups, with the idea then that will continue and get bigger, with more staff being involved. The core mental health concept videos are fantastic, and we have been using those across the school as part of assemblies and collective worship. They very much fit in with our school value system, and so it's been a great tool to be able to use during those sessions. I think whenever you go on training or something new is introduced into schools, there's always a worry that it's going to be time consuming or a lot of work for teachers. And I think for me, and implementing Stormbreak into my classroom and into Marlborough Primary School, we have had to make really, really small changes, and the impact has been huge on the children that have experienced the Stormbreak. And the training that I've had has given me the tools to engage with the children in my classroom in a positive way. The resources that are provided are fantastic. Everything is there for staff to be able to pick up and just use. The resources are also really adaptable. So, for example, in year 2 we were learning about Neil Armstrong, and the classroom cross-country was easily adaptable to make that suitable for that topic of learning. During this Stormbreak journey, I've seen positive changes for the children. They adore the Stormbreak sessions. Only this week I'd gone out into the playground, and there was a group of children that were doing the bus stop meditation completely on their own, without adult support or intervention. So not only is it fantastic for them, it's also had a positive impact on me as a teacher and my mental health and well-being.